Welcome back to Bulgaria and welcome back to Bdin Vidin in our Football Manager 24 Builder Nation save.
Right, hello guys, welcome back to another episode, welcome back to another season here as the manager of Bdin Vidin in Bulgaria. We're at a certain stage of the season. Please, again, I've done this a couple of episodes now, ignore the date in the top right corner. This is actually after the next part of the save, if you got what I mean, like the live com. I sort of pre-recorded the live com before I've done this bit, so just because of the way that time fell for me and little lad in bed and stuff like that. So we're going to have a very brief overview of what's happened so far. We are currently top of the league, which is absolutely fine. We don't really need to go into the league stuff too much anymore. We're winning it year after year now. This will be 7 years in a row if we complete it. You can see we've got a nice healthy bank balance. We are going to start off with the summer transfers though, so let's go and have a look at them now. Right, so on the transfer screen, the first thing you notice is the total amounts, transfers in and transfers out. We have spent some money this season, including 2 record signings in Ender Sanchez and Charlie Castles from Chelsea. Like I say, because of the date that we're recording this compared to the live com, the January transfers have already happened. They're just youth players. They're nothing to worry about. But I guess we'll start with the big one, and you eagle-eyed amongst you have probably noticed it already, and that's down here. It's Baba Campiore. He has joined Manchester City for a huge astronomical fee. It's £111 million, 86 up front. It's cost him 111 though because of the number of games he's played. Yes, he's a fantastic player. Yes, he's going to be missed in the team. But it's £111 million, guys. We're not at the point where we can be competing with Manchester City yet, unfortunately. So we do need to build the bank balance up, and we need to reinvest that £111 million back into the squad. You may also notice that Ricardo Machas has gone as well. We paid £2.8 million for him. We have sold him for £25.5 million to Sevilla. So another big profit there. In terms of goalkeeper, we do have the young lad in goal, the young Greek, who is getting there. You know, he's not great. A couple of more outs. You know, Federico Mayardo never actually featured for us. Spent a lot of time on loan at Ludogorets and Levski Sofia. But he's gone and earned himself a little bit of wages. We've earned a little bit of money for him. Actually made a loss on a player, but the work that he's done for Ludogorets and Levski while he's been here has been key. Again, that's pretty much it in terms of the outs, guys. Some big ones, some big ones. Let's get on to the ins though. Ender Sanchez, the Venezuelan 26-year-old, comes in from Sporting for £36 million. Probably overpaid. Probably did overpay for him, but he's a decent centre half. You know, he's resolute as well, which is great. He's got some okay traits for being a centre-half. He's performed very, very well for us in his, again, 13 appearances, but that is after the live com. So again, kind of forget that a little bit. But he has performed well up until this point. We are going to, I think we have a look at him in the live com as well. We have a little bit of a closer look at him. But again, £36 million. Not going to improve anymore. He's on massive amounts of money as well, which is unfortunate, but that's the kind of thing that we've got to do to get them in. So Sporting made a massive profit on him for just owning him for one season. Yeah, Martin Orlandi is another one. He's a striker. He's gone out on loan though. He's cost us £12.5 million from Juventus. Got loads of potential, which is the reason we spent the money. 19-year-old's gone out to get some first-team football at Ardakar Jali. Unfortunately, he's only found the back of the net twice and hasn't performed particularly well in the league. But he's only made 3 starts, probably such a young age. But I think he can be a great, great player. David Royo, £4.2 million, again, has come in to be kind of a midfielder, kind of an advanced playmaker, attacker midfielder, depending on which formation I play, because I do tend to switch them out a little bit. I think £4.2 million for him is a little bit of a steal at 21 years old. He does still have potential. He's got some great attributes as well. And then the other big one, Charlie Castles, the 22-year-old, comes in from Chelsea for £36 million. Again, could potentially improve, but in terms of his advanced forward attributes, he's very, very good, which is what we've brought him in to do. he is finding the back of the net. He's playing very well. Did make appearances for Chelsea as well. So that's the signings, guys. Like I say, these are young lads for the future. They're after the live comms, so just kind of ignore them. But yeah, let's go and have a look. In terms of how coefficients are going, again, this is slightly not right, but the team that we're chasing this season, sorry, the nation we're chasing this season is actually Germany. They're currently, it would be 11 points ahead of us. Ignore this figure here, because again, that's after the live com, but it's 11 points the gap at the start of the season to close in on Germany, which, as you can see, and again, it's after the live com this, we are doing. So, without further ado, guys, let's get into the live comms. Right then, guys, now that we're all caught up with what's going on, we are going to take on RB Leipzig today. We're back halfway through the Champions League group phase, as you've already seen, and the reason we're taking on Leipzig, as we pointed out at the start of the season, is that Germany are the nation just ahead of us in the coefficients. So we're obviously going to try and close down the Germans as much as we can. We're going to hopefully do that today against RB Leipzig. So let's have a look at the lineup that we've got for today. And here we are, guys. Obviously, we'll meet some of the new players a bit more proper, shall we say, for today's game. I do have one small change I want to make, and I want to bring Medina in for Araujo on the left-hand side. But in goal, we've got Zanis, our young 18-year-old Greek goalkeeper who we paid £11 million for from PAOK. Of course, we signed him last season in as the backup, but with the sale of Machas earlier on in the season for that huge profit that we made on him, it's promoted Rafael Zanis to the starting goalkeeper, and he's doing okay so far. He's conceded 17 in total across his 16 appearances in the league for the club, but he is a very, very good player, and he does have bags and bags of potential to grow into, so hopefully he's going to do that. Across the back line, the defence, we do have new signing, £36 million signing from Sporting, and that is the 26-year-old Venezuelan Ender Sanchez. Again, a very, very good defender. You can see by his form that he's been excellent for us so far since he's came in. Obviously, at 26 years old, he's not got too much more potential to reach, but his anticipation, bravery, heading, he's got very good defensive attributes, and he's obviously what we needed at the club. We were struggling a little bit for central defenders. Last season signing, or possibly the season before now, I forget, but Miljokovic, the £13.25 million signing from Young Boys, playing in the centre. And then on the left-hand side, we do have Kenny Lund, the 19-year-old Swede. He's now got 3 caps for Sweden, a £2.8 million signing from Djurgårdens. He is obviously wanted by big clubs. There was Napoli at the minute on loan, but Barcelona have been in for him. Stuff like that. But again, he's been playing very, very well. Got some excellent attributes, and at only 19 years old, he's still got bags and bags of potential which he can hit. So we're hoping we can keep a hold of Kenny for as long as possible. Lima, it's been here for a long time now. Lima, the £8.75 million signing. Again, he's been underbid from some of the big clubs in Europe, but he's happy to stay. Obviously not going to develop much more at 28 years old, but he has finally been capped by Brazil. A little bit of a shame because he has got Bulgarian nationality now, so it would have been nice if he could have gone and played for Bulgaria. But again, he's got some excellent attributes to play as that attacking wing back. You know, dribbling could be a little bit better, but as we've already said, he's not going to improve. Left-hand side, we have Medina, the 19-year-old Uruguayan, again having a fantastic season for us. He's got loads of potential still to hit. Hopefully, but he is in terms of current ability, he's absolutely flying at the minute. £5.5 million signing from Nacional, again wanted by some big clubs, but obviously we're looking to keep hold of them for as long as possible. Considered to be world class at 19 years old, which tells you everything that you need to know about Medina. He's just shot up unbelievably. Midfield, Costa, another one who's developing really well. Again, wanted by some big clubs, Chelsea and Liverpool. Does still have some potential to hit. £2.7 million signing from Defensor Sporting. Brought in as the replacement for Zaïoui if we decided to move Zaïoui on, which we have. We have had now all the money from the Zaïoui transfer, so all 113 million came through, I think, at the start of this season. But again, very good player. We actually play him as a ball-winning midfielder on support in our system, which you can see his attributes for that position are very good. So pleased with him. Ali Marungu still here. I think we got up to 70 million in the summer for him. Obviously, I'm holding out for at least 100 million for him. He's played okay, but he's considered world class. But you know, I'm not. He disappears in big games, which is surprising because he's consistent and stuff like that. But he's got no negative for big games. But he does tend to disappear quite a fair bit. But we now play him as the advanced playmaker on support, which you can see that again, attribute wise, he's very, very good for that. But as soon as the 100 million does come in for him, I'm afraid that he's leaving. Royo is one of the new signings from this season, brought in as the replacement for Babakan Pore, of course, who we sold for massive amounts of money in the summer to Manchester City. Again, a young 21-year-old Spaniard, £4.2 million signing from Valencia. Got bags of potential to hit as the attacking midfielder. Very, very good, and I'm hoping that he can grow into that potential. Up top, we have got Fernando Baron, who's now reached 80 goals in 118 appearances for the club. Still fickle, still doesn't like big matches, which obviously is not great. Today we are playing him as a deep lying forward on attack, which you can see that his attributes, again, are very, very good for that position. And he has performed exceptionally well in the league this season, 10 in 7 so far for him this season. Again, he is wanted by some big clubs. If I can get a decent fee for him, there's a possibility that we're going to move him on again. And then another new signing, £36 million again, is Charlie Castles, the Englishman signed from Chelsea. Playing as the advanced forward, again, does still have a little bit of potential to fill, which hopefully he can. His value, because he's English, his value is absolutely massive. But again, he's a very, very good player for that advanced forward position. 5 in 6 so far in the league, 2 in 3 in the Champions League as well. And he is growing by the looks of things, which is good. Unfortunately, though, big matches is a little bit of an issue. So, you know, maybe if we turn a profit on him, who knows? Who knows? We're kind of in that position now where we do need to maybe start turning a profit on some of these players that we're signing. Hence the sales of Zawi and Compaore. So that's the lineup for today, guys. Let's go and beat the Germans. So as we come out to the now fully expanded Bdin Stadium, it's now reached its maximum capacity, expansion capacity of 19,000 and something. We are the favourites for this game. Of course, we are still the defending world champions, taking on RB Leipzig. So we should win. We've pretty much got our strongest squad on the pitch as well. So early highlight for Bdin. Baron finds Zanis, gives it to Miljakovic, gives it to Kenny Lund, our young Swede. Into the midfield, and Rojo's push, but the ball goes through to Lima, travelling towards the area. Ali Marungu with the effort into the top corner, gets his 6th of the season, and he's actually performing this season. I've been a little bit on the fence with him the last couple of seasons. He makes some obvious mistakes. This season, he's doing okay, but I would still take the 100 million for him if we got him. If we got it, he's now 28 years old. So with I think he's 28, he's 29, so if somebody comes in with that 100 million, of course we paid absolutely nothing for him. He's been here a long, long time, consistent performer, has performed well looking at his ratings. If we got the 100 million for him, absolutely, he's going to go, and I'm sure that we'll find another high potential replacement that we can train up. Again, because we've got a lot of youth in the squad, we are kind of in that building phase again this season. So, you know, which is why we're behind in the league as well. We had a poor start. We are now getting into the groove of things. As Ali Marungu finds Baron to the right-hand side, and Lima, again, surrounded by white shirts. It's Galvez who gets back to him, but it's a poor clearance. No, it's headed further on by Wagner, I think it was. And now Lund. Medina forward towards Castles. Castles inside the area. It's tackled though, but clearance is only as far as London. It's Medina again inside the area. Pulls it back for Baron. Shots blocked, but Medina again. And Galvez and RB Leipzig managed to scramble the ball away, but it's only as far as Miljakovic, who brings it forward to Medina again. Decent cross towards Baron. Can't keep his header down though. And it's gone harmlessly over the bar, but Bdin piling the pressure on here. And now on the left-hand side again, it's Medina to Lund. Comes back to Miljakovic. Forward into the midfield, and Rojo out to the right-hand side. Lima, a little bit of space. Good ball in towards Castles. Charlie Castles gets his 8th of the season. Questions of offside, though. against the Englishman. Going to get that the VAR check. It was a fantastic finish from the young man, though. A great ball in by Lian. It has been awarded. It's 2-0 to Bdin. Right, another highlight here. I think it was a free kick that happened that we didn't see all of. Royo has the effort, though, which is harmlessly over the bar. Throw in on the right-hand side. Medina with that long throw that he's got. It's gone straight through to the goalkeeper, though. We have had a couple of goals scored like that in the league, so we're sort of sticking with it. And Ernst goes long, gives it straight back. Look how deep RB Leipzig are. Lund finds Medina. Has he got the pace to get past the defenders? Comes inside instead to Charlie Castles. Gives it back to Medina. Castles again. It's a poor touch, though. Only as far as Costa. Baron turns, shoots, scores, gets his 12th of the season. Nice little turn from Fernando Baron. And at 37 minutes on the clock, guys, it's 3-0. And as we approach half-time, I've just seen there that Compaori scored for Man City. Costa with the deep free kick. Headed clear, only as far as Miljokovic. Back into Kenny Lund. Taking his time, looking for his options. Finds Sanchez. Now Medina. Medina with a little chip ball over the top to Baron. First time on the volley. What a finish that would have been from Baron. But Compaore has got his goal for Manchester City. Don't get me wrong, he's a very, very good player. Very, very good player. But the fact that we've initially up front 86, but up to 111, and that's just based on, as we've already gone over in the transfers, that's just based on league appearances, which he's got 11 of now. So we'll get the rest of that money for him. Absolutely no problem. Yeah, great player. Shame to lose him, but £111 million as a Bulgarian nation, we're not going to turn that down. And at half-time, it is 3-0. We're playing very, very, very well in this game. Right, into the second half. Have RB Leipzig got anything for us? Lima does well to cut that one out. And now Sanchez, Miljokovic gives it into the midfield, and Costa forward towards Baron. Comes deep for the ball, of course, playing that deep line forward. Now Sanchez again. Comes back to Zanis. Very quiet game for Zanis. Gives it to Miljokovic. Now Ali Marungu. Back to Miljokovic and Costa. Nice patient build-up from Bdin here. Sanchez. Back to Costa again. Out to the right-hand side and Lima. Baron. Baron's got Royo ahead of him. Royo inside the area. Makes it 4. Gets his 10th of the season. It's been a great signing. Has David Royo. Kick-off highlight, though, for RB Leipzig. Is it going to be 5 for Bdin? Or are RB Leipzig going to test Zanis in this game? They've moved the ball to the right-hand side. And Numbisi checks back. Goes right to Emre. Now Wagner. Wagner's got Emre gone ahead of him, but comes back to Numbisi instead. Now it's Emre down the right-hand side. Gets the ball across. Easy for Zanis, though. Easy for Zanis. Was not the best of crosses from a RB Leipzig point of view. And Zanis rolls it out to Lund. Now Medina. Medina forward towards Castles. Castles switches play towards Lima. Does well to win the header. Now Royo gives it back to Lima. Inside the area. Pulls it across for Castles. It's cut out, though. But Royo puts the ball in the back of the net. And it's 5-0 to Bdin. And with that 5th goal going in, guys, we've made 3 changes straight away. Royo on a hat-trick, though, with this free kick. It's not too far away. But we have made 3 changes. We've brought on Gowrie and Elias in the midfield. Gowrie, of course, has been on loan for the last couple of seasons. But he's back into the first team now. They didn't want to extend his loan for whatever reason. And we bring our 16-year-old Orachev on up top. He's 17 now, I beg your pardon. But here are Bdin again. It's Kenny Lund. Gives the ball to Miljokovic. Into the midfield and Gowrie. Miljokovic again, forward towards Sanchez, wearing the captain's armband today. Lima onto Rojo. Lima does well to get the ball back. It's Baron, it's Oryachev, and Stoyan Oryachev gets his 7th of the season. Playing him as much as we can, hoping to develop him because he has got lots and lots of potential. And he's Bulgarian, and he's come through the youth system. We'll just have a quick look at him. You can see that he's actually naturally a deep line forward, but today he's playing as an advanced forward. He's very, very good. At 17 years old, he's got all of that potential to hit. Product of the youth academy, so we're hoping that he can hit that potential and be with the club for many, many years. But Diallo now for RB Leipzig. Osmani, Diallo gets the ball across. It's gone all the way through, and Emre Goke does get one back for Leipzig. Zanis could probably have done a little bit better there, to be honest, and or we could have just stopped the cross coming in. They do really well to get the cross coming. Yeah, Zanis, it's gone underneath him, hasn't it? Zanis, the young Greek goalkeeper there, should be doing better than that, and hopefully he'll learn from that. Of course, he's still a young man. Kenny Lund with the free kick, though, to Medina. Into the midfield and Gowrie. Elias to Biron. Biron's got Lima on that right-hand side. Checks back for Gowrie. Gowrie with the effort from range. Oh my god, it was looping not too far away. Not the sort of player that we want shooting from there, though, is Gowrie. Again, another good player. Resolute. Until recently, he was listed as a wonder kid. But we've got him playing as that ball-winning midfielder on support today, which you can see, again, he's very, very good at. Does still have some potential to hit as well. Only 21 years old. £400,000 a signing. So, pleased with how he's going. And into injury time, can we just pile on the misery to RB Leipzig and make it 7? Miljokovic finds Kenny Lund into the midfield and Elias to the left-hand side of Medina. Been quiet in the second half as Medina. Does get the ball across though. It's deflected up and about and Beron just stuck his head in there. And the RB Leipzig defenders have managed to scramble it behind for the corner. We've now got the free kick to be taken, the corner to be taken by Beron. Goes deep towards Gowrie, gets his head on it. Unfortunately looped over the bar. It's been a thoroughly fantastic performance. 6-1 victory, 23 shots, 12 on target. Lima with a 9.9, 4 assists. He was absolutely everywhere down that right-hand side. Baron's done really well as that deep line forward. That could be his new role that he settles into. And Orachev did well coming off the bench, of course, and scoring a goal. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at now, guys. We've got all of these fantastic kids coming through, and they're at the point now where they're starting to develop into good players. It's now just a case of keeping hold of them, of course. But that was a fantastic victory. Fantastic victory, and that moves us into second overall in the Champions League phase. Unfortunately, Bayern Munich did win, though. So that's a German club winning. We've got Sporting, of course, Portugal, the other nation we're trying to chase down at the minute, but we are focused on the one ahead of us at the minute, which is Germany. But 10 points level with Juventus. 8 goal difference. We're doing very, very well. And just quickly, coefficients-wise, of course, we have closed that gap a little bit more to Germany with that fantastic victory. We're still sort of 8 points behind them going into next season, though. Of course, we're losing a 12.8 this season. We did have a bad season last season with the 10.8. But hopefully we can make up for that this season. We do just have a quick look at how the other teams are doing in Europe. All 3 of them. In fact, we might even have 4 of them in Europe. I think we have. Barrow have qualified for the Conference League. But we've got 3 who've gone into the league phase of the Europa League, which is very, very good. Levski Sofia currently find themselves in 3rd position with 2 wins from 3. Ludogorets in 10th with 2 wins from 3 again on 6 points. And we've also got CSK 1948 just ahead of them. So those 3 teams are doing very, very well. In terms of the Conference League, we do have Barrow in here, who again find themselves in 9th place. So it looks like being a really, really good season for Bulgaria in Europe at the halfway phase. Hopefully they can keep that up. And CSK 1948, they're doing it all by themselves, by the way. I don't think they've got any players on loan from us. They've got Samuel, one player who is he's sort of a bit part player there, but they're doing it all by themselves. The squad building going on at CSK 1948 is absolutely fantastic from Guillermo Abascal. So pleased with how they're doing. That's going to be it for today, though, guys. Thank you as always for watching. Great, absolutely fantastic. We thumping victory over RB Leipzig. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. We're clearly going to qualify. So, in fact, you know what? We won't end it there. We won't end it there. Do you know what we're going to do? We're going to come back because we're clearly going to qualify. We're going to come back and do the draw for the next round at the end of this episode, and then we'll wrap it up after that. And the next episode, we're ready to go straight into the two-legged tie. Hopefully not against Man United. I hope not. So we'll come back. Obviously, it's going to be a little while for me in real life, but in the episode, I'll see you in about 2 seconds. Right, guys, welcome back to the final part of the episode. Just quickly run through, obviously, the rest of the results in the Champions League, and you can see it's been a fantastic league phase for us. We are unbeaten. We finished off with 2 draws, both 2-2. Match fitness a little bit of a problem. Of course, it's the first games that we have after the winter break. So 2-2 against Club Brugge and Real Sociedad. We left it late in both of them, to be honest, but a fantastic win over Atletico Madrid. Charlie Castles and James Ali Marungu with the goals in this one. Absolutely brilliant. And then 4-2 over Man City. Miljokovic, Castles with a double, and Fernando Baron. Baba Campore, did okay against us. We have now had all of the money from the Campiore transfer, another £25 million in the bank. He has made the league appearances now for Man City for us to earn that. So we did finish in third position, which was fantastic. Just the 3 points behind Barcelona, but unbeaten, which again is really, really good. And some other good news, if we have a look in the competitions below us, is that in the Europa League, we have got Levski Sofia made it through in 12th place. Brilliant. Ludogorets made it through in 16th place. Again, absolutely brilliant. And CSK 1948 made it through in 21st place. Now moving on to the knockout. Obviously we'll have a proper look at this throughout the season, but CSK did knock out a German side, which is brilliant. Ludogorets knocked out Celtic. Unfortunately, Levski were knocked out by Antwerp. And then moving on to Barrow in the Conference League, and they also qualified for the knockout rounds with a 17th place finish. Unfortunately, they didn't get past Hajduk Split, beaten quite comfortably on aggregate in the end, 3-1. So that's the end of the road for them, but it's been decent as far as Bulgaria is concerned. Anyway, we're here for this in the top right corner, which is the draw for the round of 16, our stumbling block for a number of years now. So let's get into the draw. We'll just do what we usually do, speed it up. It's Bernardo Silva holding it this year, and we'll start with the draw. No, we can't get Man United because we're both seeded, which is fantastic news for us. First out is Inter. They're at home to Arsenal in the first leg. Let's try and avoid Chelsea, PSG if we can. It's Milan next. Now, we've beaten Milan before a few times, but Milan get Man City. Next up, we've got Chelsea. Chelsea are drawn at home to, watch it be us. No, Chelsea get Juventus. Finished quite strongly in the league path. PSG, this is one that we'd like to try and avoid, if possible. PSG get Man United. Interesting tie there. Now, who have we got left? I think Galatasaray is probably the one we want here, isn't it? It's Sporting next out, though. And Sporting are going to get Barcelona. So an Iberian round 16 tie there. Right, come on, Galatasaray. It's Liverpool next. And Liverpool get us. So it's an English side again, guys. Unfortunately, we desperately have to make sure that we're going to get through that one. We have done okay against Liverpool. In fact, we're unbeaten against Liverpool, which is even better. Nuno Espirito Santo now the manager of Liverpool. So currently unbeaten against Liverpool, which of course puts us in good stead. But this is the Champions League knockout, so it's completely different. They are going to be next episode though, guys. That is the end for today. We have also had, by the way, the winter transfer window. Now there has been a couple more ins. Most of them, you know, fringe players. They've gone out on loan already to Ardakar Jali, one to Lokomotiv Plovdiv. Just coincidentally, by the way, the manager of Ardakar Jali, Christoph Danek, he retired once his contract expired. He's now become the manager of Ardakar Jali. So hoping that he can do quite well there. In terms of the outs, we've made a total of 108 million this season so far. There's been nobody new. The big one, of course, was Baba Campore and Ricardo Machas, who is yet to trigger the add-ons. I can't remember what it's for. I think it's 50 league appearances. He's up to 21, so there's some more money coming in there, which leaves us, you know, in a very, very healthy place financially. 108 million pounds in the bank. We've got a wage budget now of over £1 million a week, which is great. But finally, guys, that is the end of today's episode. We'll be back next episode, which for me is going to be in about 5 minutes, and we'll take on Liverpool, where hopefully, fingers crossed, we can lift the curse of the Champions League round of 16, because it's now been 6 years in a row that we've been knocked out of the round of 16. We need to not make it 7. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you again in the next episode.